Dehya's abs, otherwise known by its scientific name, Mamius abius. They're incredibly strong, so strong in fact that one of the lead character artists over at Hoyoverse actually spontaneously exploded after modeling them. Their sight too holy to even behold, causing Hoyo to break into a frenzying panic and nerfing them in-game for our very own safety. But don't worry, brave artists every day from around the world are making sure to keep their memory alive in our hearts. Some a little bit more than others. Okay, I should probably calm down. Last time I brought up Dehya's abs, one of my TikTok videos got banned over it. Hello everyone, my name is Sekai, your Dehya-obsessed guide in the world of Tevat, and today we return strong to YouTube with a long viewer-requested video of finally uncovering some of the incredible and awesome facts about Dehya that you may or may not even know about. Before we kick things off today, if you want to join us in the soft revival of the channel here, make sure to check out our Genshin Discord, where you can simp over Dehya or other characters along with the rest of us. Oh, and we talk about lore too. Yeah, lots of that. But seriously everyone, with that out of the way, let's dive into today's video. Kicking off the first real lore fact here, Dehya is often referred to as being an incredibly powerful fiery lioness, or otherwise known as the Flame Main. The title that she had earned from her flaming ambition and undying will to carry on in the hot desert of Sumeru. And with the typical fashion of Hoyo, her birthday falls right around on April 7th, which just happened. So wish this woman a happy birthday, or else. The significance of her birthday leans in on her being an Aries, an astrological sign that is often symbolized along with fire, superior leadership skills, and confidence unlike any of the other zodiac signs, which works perfectly for her. Plus, there's hardly any other characters that have been born in April so far, so someone has to carry. The second fact is just obvious. Dehya is very pretty. In fact, most citizens in Sumeru won't hesitate to mention just how incredibly beautiful her appearance really is, and her distinct commitment to keep great hygiene, a character trait that is actually incredibly rare to see out of other Emirites, particularly because of the intense heat and the dreadfully bothersome tasks to make sure to stay clean, as you're often going to be drenching in sweat off in the desert. Yeah, Emirites stink. I'm sorry, every female NPC in the entirety of Tatooine. Speaking of sweating, Dehya obviously must have some sort of magical fantasy makeup on for it to survive all day intact, right? Wrong. Dehya is actually most likely using a very real natural makeup source known as kohl. Playing very close to Dehya's roots and in the inspirations built around her and her people, kohl is very well known as a popular beauty product that was used in the Middle East, with its consistency being very similar to charcoal, and is actually still used to this very day in other parts of the world as a natural eyeliner to help protect your eyes from the sun, though it also has been banned in the United States out of fear of similar effects of lead poisoning. So yeah. As Dehya travels through Sumeru, she is well regarded as being one of the greatest mercenaries in all of the desert. Though with her line of work, often referred to as being incredibly cutthroat and bloodthirsty, Dehya sets herself far away than your typical merc, with her contracts holding firm on her beliefs as a human being, turning down jobs that would threaten her sense of dignity, or tasks that would put the lives of the innocent in danger, making sure to label herself as a sellsword, but not a slave to coin. Though with that said, she isn't afraid to admit that she can still drive a very high price, and demands a considerate commission fee for her services. But she also does still have a heart, and is more than happy to lend a hand for those who are in desperate need of her help, even if the rewards can be rather low. As an immensely strong mercenary, Dehya has trained in the way of the sword her entire life, with her weapon of choice ringing true to just how much raw strength she truly possesses. Wielding a great sword is a challenging task, even more so when you realize just how heavy this thing is. And while it is a very effective sword, it makes you wonder why she doesn't just choose something faster. Well, this just all plays perfectly with her iconic legacy, as Dehya is often symbolized as a lion for a reason, with her being an absolute master for her patience in combat. As with wielding a sword of that magnitude, one bad swing could land her entirely defenseless to the enemy, her massive blade cutting only at the perfect time to ensure a quick and decisive victory, similar in the masterful hunting skills of the predatory lion that she mimics. I'm sorry, I had way too much fun writing this script. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? For number 6, Dehya actually never really wanted a vision in the first place. Many citizens in Teyvat would love nothing more than to know that they have been chosen by the gods, and to be blessed with such a power would be life-changing. But for Dehya, she could care less. Her entire goal was only to grow stronger, both as a person and out of sheer muscular strength, rather than worrying about praying to the gods for a boost. Not only that, but even after obtaining her blessing, she still holds on to the thought that believing herself to be special or quote-unquote chosen by the gods probably won't do much more for you than ending up getting a bad wake-up call, leading her to live a life free of worrying about appeasing whatever god that had blessed her. While Dehya may not have the greatest feelings towards gods, she does in fact respect and appreciate Nahida quite a bit, with her forever being grateful to the tiny little god for the large impact that she had had in her dear friend Dunyarzad's life, as Nahida faithfully healed and protected her when she had fallen sick to the plague. Sumeru's terrifying desert unfortunately is not very well known for its education, like its far more civilized counterpart, leaving most who dwell in the desert to never really seek a life other than mercenary work, or whatever rough job that they have been practically born into. Though for Dehya, she has been fortunate enough to experience much more than the common merc, as her long-enduring travels has taken her to witness the miraculous creations of the Sumeru Academia at first hand, and has even got to admire the genius and mind-blowing inventions forged from Fontaine. And of course, the delicious taste of dandelion wine touching her lips has only opened her heart to crave new and exciting things all across the world, with her building the desire to experience the beauty of life at first hand. However, with her travels, she has only found herself becoming more and more humbled and prideful in her fierce origins, shamelessly knowing that she faces hardships every day, making her even happier to know just how strong her people are because of them. Slipping towards a more positive tone, Dehya must obviously make pretty decent coin with the huge reputation that she's earned over the years. So what does she spend it on? Treating herself, that's what. Or at least a good portion of it. Life is incredibly hard in the desert, one full of sweat and miserably long trips through the rough sandstorms. So, to help relax from her hard life, Dehya finds immense love in pursuing in her side passion, often visiting traveling traders and bustling markets in pursuit of beautiful and exotic jewelry and clothing, and spending her hard-earned money to afford her own lavish taste for personal hygiene, happy to put money aside to make her feel, well, honestly pretty. So now she can smell nice and she can murder you. Finally, Dehya's powerful nickname speaks a lot about her. It reveals her immense legacy as a mercenary and her incredible prowess in combat. Plus, having a really cool name chanted and remembered in the hearts of your friends and your enemies is pretty sweet. But what does Dehya actually think about being referred to as a flaming lion? Well, sort of mixed feelings really. Dehya, much like other Eremites, did not grow up with a loving family. Instead, she had only but her gang and her father to guide her. And while they did their best to raise her properly, there is some things that she simply can't forgive. Without spoiling too much of her absolutely incredible background story, Dehya essentially has had a very, very strained relationship with her father, and honestly wishes nothing more than to move away from her morally complexing childhood. Though as that may be, now cheerfully being called the Flame Mane and often symbolized as a fierce lioness, Dehya can never fully escape from it, as she can't help but think about the old campfire stories told to her by her father, where he would go on to talk about how he could take a lion head on in a fight, as well as deeply describing the creature's character, visually remembering each and every detail of their encounters. With a thought like that, it would make sense for her to want to move away from such a title, but instead, it is the name that she has clinged to the most, choosing to carry her hard childhood on her shoulders everywhere that she goes, believing it to make her stronger as a person, as well as it being one of the most personal memories that she's kept for her father. Thank you all so much for coming to my rambling video where I got free permission to just blatantly talk about Dehya for the last 10 minutes. I need some help. But seriously everyone, thank you so much for clicking today's video. I just hope that you guys learned at least something today, or at least maybe you were entertained along the way. And if so, make sure to become a samurai today and subscribe. I'm going to slowly start to branch my channel out a little bit more, doing tons of fun videos on characters such as Dehya, continuing my lore guides, and planning on some really fun community-based content in the future. So make sure to join us as we go on. Speaking of community, I am shaking off the cobwebs and promoting our Discord server, where you can hang out in our small society full of lore diving, amazing artwork, and of course, plenty of space to ramble on about your love for your favorite character. Click the link below in the comments for more. Anyways everyone, I shall see you all in the future with more creations. But until then, till next time, Samurai.